Hello students, in our previous class, we discussed about two operations on graphs. One is union and the second one is intersection. So now coming to the third one, that is sum of two graphs. So the definition, so consider two graphs G1, V1 comma E1 and G2, V2 comma E2 such that V of G1 intersection V of G2 should be empty. It means in order to define sum of two graphs, the first condition what it should be satisfied is the intersection of vertices sets in both the graphs G1 and G2 should be empty. It means there are no vertices should be common in both the graphs. That is the first condition to be satisfied. Should be empty. Then the sum G1 plus G2 is defined as the graph whose vertex set is V of G1 plus V of G2 and the edge set is consisting of those edges which are in G1 and G2 and the edges obtained by joining each vertex in G1 to each vertex in G2. So this is the definition of sum of two graphs. Once again, coming to the definition of two graphs, if you want to define sum of two graphs, the first condition what should be satisfied is the intersection of the vertices of both the sets in graph 1 and graph 2 should be empty. Okay, that is the first condition. And in the graph G1 plus G2, the vertex set should be the sum of the vertices sets in both the graphs G1 and G2. Suppose in graph 1 we are having 3 vertices and in graph 2 we are having 5 vertices. Then the sum of these 2 vertices means a total of 8 vertices should be in graph G1 plus G2. And coming to the edges, here the edges set is consisting of those edges which are in G1 and G2. Okay, what are the edges we are having in G1 and G2? Those edges should be in G1 plus G2, and also the edges obtained by joining each vertex in G1 to each vertex in G2. So the edges which are formed by joining the each vertex in G1 to each vertex in G2, those particular edges should also be present in G1 plus G2. So for our understanding, I am giving you one example. So this is graph 1 and I am naming the vertices A, B. So in graph 1 we are having 2 vertices A, B, and in graph 2 we are having 3 vertices. Okay, and I am naming the vertices as A dash, B dash and C dash. Okay, in order to define G1 plus G2, the first condition what it should be satisfied is there should be no vertex in common in both the graphs. Yes, clearly we are not having any vertex common in both the graphs. In graph 1 we are having A and B, in graph 2 we are having A dash, B dash and C dash. Okay, now if we want to find G1 plus G2, then in that particular graph G1 plus G2, the number of vertices in that particular graph should be 5 vertices, because in graph 1 we are having 2 vertices and in graph 2 we are having 3 vertices. So a total of 5 vertices should be present in G1 plus G2. So that I am representing the 5 vertices. So these are the 5 vertices in G1 plus G2. Okay. So and I am naming these as A, B, and this is A dash, B dash, and C dash. Now coming to the edges in G1 plus G2. So this is nothing but G1 plus G2. I am constructing the graph G1 plus G2. Okay. So now we have to draw the edges in G1 plus G2. So in the definition, the edge set is consisting of those edges which are in G1 and G2. It means what are the edges we are having in G1 and G2? Those edges should be present in G1 plus G2. So that I am drawing the edges in G1. Okay, this is the only edge in G1, and we are having 2 edges in G2, and those 2 edges are these 2 edges. In addition to these edges, so we can also draw some edges obtained by joining each vertex in graph 1 to each vertex in graph 2. It means, suppose if we select vertex A, we have to draw edge from this vertex to each and every vertex in G2. So I have drawn an edge from A to A dash. Now we have to draw an edge from A to B dash, and also we have to draw an edge from A to C dash. Okay, and coming to another vertex, that is B, we have to draw an edge from B to A dash, and also from B to B dash, and also from B to C dash. So this is G1 plus G2. Okay, so the vertices which are present in both the graphs should be in G1 plus G2. The edges which are present in both the graphs should be in G1 plus G2. In addition to these edges, we are adding some more edges from a vertex in graph 1 to every vertex in graph 2. Okay, so this is the definition of G1 plus G2, and this is the example for the definition. Okay. So now coming to the next operation, that is ring sum operation. So once again we have to consider 2 graphs. Consider 2 graphs G1 V1 comma E1 and G2 V2 comma E2. Then the ring sum of G1 and G2 is denoted by G is equal to G1. So this is the ring sum operation. Okay, so then the ring sum of G1 plus G2 is defined as, so this is denoted in this way, and is defined as a graph whose vertex set is V of G1 union V of G2. It means the ring sum of 2 graphs. In the graph ring sum of 2 graphs, so the vertex set should be the union of both the vertices in G1 and G2, and the edge set is, is equal to E of G1 union G2 minus E of G1 intersection E of G2. Okay, this is the formula to find the edge set in the graph G1, the ring sum of G1 and G2. Okay, so For understanding, I am giving you one example. So, and that particular example is, this is the example I am drawing. This is graph 1, okay, and I am naming the vertices as, so this is vertex 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Here I am also giving the names of the edges. This is X, this is Y, this is Z, and this is W. So this is graph 1. And coming to the graph 2, so this is graph 2, okay, and the vertices, the names of the vertices in this graph 2 is 1, 2, 3, and 5. I am naming the vertices as 1, 2, 3, and 5, and the edges as X, A, B, C, and also we are having an edge from 1 to 3, and the name of that edge is Y. So this is graph 2. Okay. So now, if you want to draw an edge, if you want to draw the graph of ring sum of G1 and G2, then the vertex set in the ring sum of G1 plus G2 is the union of both the vertices in the graph 1 and graph 2. It means in graph 1 we are having 4 vertices, and in graph 2 also we are having 4 vertices, but the names of the vertices are, so here I am writing that vertices in graph 1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Vertices in graph 2 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 5. Now if we want to write the vertices of G1 union vertices in G2, then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means there are 5 vertices should be present in that graph. Okay. Now, okay, these are the vertices to be present in the graph ring sum of G1 and G2. Okay. So now coming to the edges, we have to find the edges which are to be present in the ring sum of the graphs G1 and G2. Okay. So right now I am going to find the edges in ring sum of G1 plus G2. Okay. So first we have to find E of G1 union G2. It means edges in both the sets of the graph G1 and G2. Okay, I am writing that in graph 1 we are having the edges X, Y, Z, W. Whereas in graph 2 we are having the edges X, A, B, C, Y. Since X, Y are repeated, so that we have to write only once, and we have to write A, B, C. So these are the edges present in G1 union G2. Okay. Now we have to find the edges only in G1. Edges in G1 are X, Y, Z, W. Now edges in G2, X, Y, A, B, C. Okay. If you find E of G1 intersection E of G2, it means the intersection of edges in graph 1 and in graph 2, then we get only X, Y. So we are having only 2 edges in common in both the graphs G1 and G2, and those edges are X, Y. Okay. So now we have to find the edges in ring sum of G1 and G2. Okay. So, and the formula for that particular, to find the edges in that particular graph is E of G1 union G2 minus E of G1 intersection E of G2. It means E of G1 union G2 is equal to X, Y, Z, W, A, B, C minus the intersection of the edges in the graphs G1 and G2 is X, Y. Okay, if we separate these two sets, we get the elements W, of course Z is also there, Z, W, A, B, C. It means the edges to be present in the ring sum of the graph G1 and G2 is R Z comma W comma A comma B comma C. So these edges are only present in the graph ring sum of G1 and G2. Now I am going to draw the graph, and that particular graph should be, first of all, I am representing the vertices. So we can represent the vertices in any way, but here I am representing in this way. So this is number 1, and this is number 5, this is 3, and I am representing 2 here, this is 2, and of course this is 4. Okay, I have represented all the 5 vertices. Now we have to represent the edges. Okay, so Z. So Z is an edge in between the vertices 2 and 3. It means we have to draw an edge in between 2 and 3. Okay, so this is Z, right? After that, we have to draw W. W is an edge in between 3 and 4, so that we have to represent an edge in between 3 and 4. So this is W. And next A. A is an edge in between 1 and 5, so that we have to draw an edge in between 1 and 5. This is A. And next B. So B is an edge in between 3 and 5, so that we have to represent an edge in between 3 and 5. This is B. And coming to C, it must be there must be an edge in between 2 and 3. Here we already represented an edge between 2 and 3. Once again you have to represent. It means this is a parallel edge. Okay, we have to represent these particular edges in the graph G1 ring sum G2. Okay, so I have represented all the 5 edges in the graph G1 ring sum G2. Okay, this is the graph ring sum of G1 and G2. Okay, so in this graph, the vertices are the union of both the vertices in the graph G1 and G2, and the edges, we have to find the edges in the ring sum of G1 and G2 by using the formula E of G1 union G2 minus E of G1 intersection E of G2. So this particular formula to be used to find the edges which are present in the graph ring sum of G1 and G2. Okay, and the edges present in that particular graph are Z comma W comma A comma B comma C. Okay, this is about ring sum of 2 graphs. So coming to the next one, that is 5th one, complement of graph. So coming to the definition, the complement of a graph G is denoted by G dash and is defined as simple graph with the same vertex set as G. It means whatever the vertices present in G, those vertices should be present in the complement of the graph G. It means in G dash also we are having the same vertices like as G, where two vertices U comma V are adjacent only when they are not adjacent in G. So coming to the edges in the complement of a graph, those vertices which are not adjacent in graph G, those particular vertices should be adjacent in the complement of the graph. Okay, So suppose in graph G, A comma B are any two vertices which are not adjacent, then in graph G dash, those two vertices should be adjacent. Okay, so whatever the vertices which are not adjacent in the graph G, those particular vertices should be adjacent in the graph G dash. That is about the edges in the complement of the graph. Okay, so coming to the vertices which are present in G to be present in G dash, and the edges in G dash should be those vertices which are not adjacent in G. So those particular vertices should be adjacent in G dash. Okay, it means, for example, I am drawing the graph G as this is G. Okay, and I am naming the vertices as this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, this is E, and this is F. This is graph G. And if you want to define the complement of this graph, once again we have to represent the 6 vertices. We are having 6 vertices, so that I am representing the 6 vertices in the complement of the graph G dash. Okay, now coming to the edges, the vertices which are not adjacent in the graph G, those vertices should be adjacent in graph G dash. So once again I am giving the names A, B, C, D, E and F. Since A comma B are not adjacent, it means there is no edge in between A and B, so that we have to draw an edge in between A and B. Okay, and also we are not having an edge in between B and C, so that we have to draw an edge between B and C. Similarly, from C to D, we are not having an edge in G, but we have to draw an edge in G dash. And also from D to E also we are not having an edge, but we have to draw an edge here. And also from E to F, and also from F to A. Okay, after that we are also not having an edge from A to D, so that we have to draw an edge from A to D. And also we are not having an edge from C to F, so that we have to draw an edge from C to F. And also we are not having an edge from B to E, so that we have to draw an edge from B to E. So this is G dash. Okay, so once again coming to the definition of G dash, the vertices which are present in G to be present in G dash. And coming to the edges point of view, the vertices which are not adjacent in graph 1, of course in graph G, those particular vertices should be adjacent in graph G dash. Okay, that is the edge condition. So this is G dash. So one note point, we have to write one note point, that is note. A graph G is self-complement, of course self-complementary, if it is isomorphic to its complement. If it is isomorphic to its complement. Okay, it means if you want to say in the above example, if you want to say the graph G is self-complementary graph, then what we have to prove is G and G dash. If G and G dash are isomorphic to each other, then we say that the graph G is self-complementary. So we have already proved how to prove, we already know that how to prove two graphs are isomorphic to each other. Okay, so if G and G dash are isomorphic to each other, then we say that the graph G is self-complementary. That is about this node. Okay, so we have discussed all the important operations on graphs. Thank you.